Good morning, good morning, good morning, my friends. Is it still morning? No, it's 12:07. Afternoon. So good afternoon. Well, I don't know what time you're watching, so it could be any time. But so far this morning, I been trying to be busy. I'm always trying to be busy or pretending to be busy, I guess is what it is. But yesterday I made some changes. I have this little shelf thing. Well, my daughter-in-law had that in the girls' bedroom, but then the girls didn't need that anymore because they changed the bedroom around. And so she said, "Do you think you can use that?" And I said, "Yes, I can." And so I put my searcher on the shelf, but then I have shelves here to put some stuff in as I'm working on it. Got my makeup brushes there. I got my little box here. This is a box that my friend Carmen made me. She actually mailed that box just like that in the mail when she sent me a bunch of beautiful things. But anyway, today what I'm working on is well, see, what I've been doing is I've been sewing, getting these pockets ready so that all I have to do is the hand stitching to get them put on the bags. So I've what I have, like, these 10-inch squares that I've made in the past, and they've been just sitting there doing nothing, and that's so I take a 10-inch plain square to put on the back, so that kind of lines the inside of the pocket. And I did get my serger rethreaded. Like, if you were watching yesterday, you seen that I was stitching along and then a needle broke. Well, I went ahead and changed both the needles, and then I went to start sewing and it wasn't sewing right. And I said, "Oh, well." So I just unthreaded everything and started over with the threading, because it's got these four spools that you got to thread all four of them differently. Like these two threads goes into the needles, and then these two threads goes in the upper looper and the lower looper. And so, and they got different threading things. And if you don't be really, really careful, you might say some words that aren't exactly ladylike. So you got to be careful with that. But anyhow, so, and this is my dress. I got this from Temu. It's long sleeve. It's way too long. The sleeves are way too long, so I'm gonna have to cut them off and hem them. But this fabric, it's like a polyester spandex kind of fabric, so it's kind of a like a little stretchy, but it is so comfortable. This dress goes all the way to the floor, and I just like to cover up stuff, and so I like dresses that goes all the way to the floor. So anyway, that's my new dress. I put my wig on this morning. I told you I ordered 3 more. They might come today. When I look at the tracking, it says delivery in transit. It says in transit. So in transit could be just anywhere. Okay, now I'm going to do this. I'm just going to do one of these right now. Is to just see how it looks just plain around the edges. But when I get done with this portion, it will be fancy. I like fancy. And so I just go along all four sides and use the serger. Using the serger, I just, that's 2 sides. Sides, and then to the last side Okay, see? Now look how pretty that looks. Just with that serged edge, I think they look real pretty just like that. And so then I'm going to take the pockets and, okay, let me see, I'll put this over here and work on them later. But see, now I'll take my bag. You know what I need to do is I need to have, okay, sometimes on the ends there's just a little bit of thread I want to nip off of there. And then I'm going to stitch them on by hand. So I'll just fashion that, just put that right there in the center of the front of the bag. I switched out, I got these fancy pins that was sent to me by a dear subscriber friend, and since I had this fancy bowl, I decided, because I've been worried about losing these, because there's 50, and it's funny, I keep counting to make sure all 50 is there. If one is not there, I look all over the floor to find the missing one. And so I'm going to pin that pocket into onto the area that I want to stitch. And so I won't stitch, of course, the top, because then it wouldn't be a pocket. And you know what I need to do is to, oh no, I'll be okay. Just want to make sure. I was thinking I need to put something inside there. And so I'm just going to pin to make sure it stays straight, because once I start hand stitching it, it could just move all over the place, and then that would be confusing. And so let me check something down here. I wonder if this, oh no, that won't fit inside there. No, it won't. Okay, it's okay. I was thinking if I had something that I could just fit inside of there to be like a little pressure, a little spot. Well, no, I don't have anything right here anyway. So that's okay, though. That's just fine. Okay, let me put one more pin right here in the bottom. And then I'm going to start stitching it. And I'm going to stitch it with using my Sashiko thread. When you buy this Sashiko thread in Amazon, it comes in a long hank. And so I just take it and I cut it. Rather than, the first time I got it, I tried to roll it up on a tube of some kind. And then I said, no, that's not working. So instead I just cut the whole thing into, you know, as far as I opened it, and then I just cut it. And so then it has it in lengths that I can use, and I just pull one length out at a time. And there you go. Then that works good. So what I'm going to do is the easiest stitch for me is just a whip stitch. You could go around this with a buttonhole stitch if you really want to do that. And look, that really looks pretty, the buttonhole stitch. But I just use a whip. I just use a whip stitch. And I whip it all the way around. And I'll use the let me see if I can pull that in any further. Zoom. That's as far as it'll go. Okay, I use I'm using the row of serging row as a little guide as to where I want my stitches to go. But because then this thread is also multicolored like the thread that I have on the serger. So then this will even give it even that much more, more beauty, more beauty. I'm going to, when I get this all stitched around, I'm going to put a button up here and here, just for decoration, a little button, maybe a button and a button and a charm. And I was also thinking that maybe some of them I might could put a little row of lace up here at the top, and that would be pretty too. I'm not sure. I've done so many different bags, like the different project bags, and like, let's see, I think I have one here. Do I still have one right here? Oh, I can't hardly turn. My turning apparatus is just really doesn't work well. Oh, here it is. Now this one I made more fancy, because this one I lined the inside of it, and then I put a doily on the outside, and the doily is actually a pocket, and so I put that there, and then that's a little button, and then I put a couple of little tiny doilies I put around here, and then some yo-yos here. But I think that one turned out really, really pretty. I like that one. I was thinking that maybe I wanted to put maybe a little ruffle or some kind of a border even right up here. And then I had inside, then I have just this little pouch that I put a little doily on, and then a little yo-yo. And then it can hook to this little ring on the outside. Just a little matching pouch. I thought that was kind of cute. I like to do these things. Yeah, this one I have. This one took a bit more work. I've got the whole lining hand stitched in there. So, but that one, I think that one turned out real pretty. And you can just buy these bags already made at Amazon. I buy them like by the dozen. This one's a little bit bigger than this one. But, yeah. But for just a project bag, I don't believe it has to be lined. I think it's fine just the way it is. So yeah. So anyway, yesterday, see, now today I remembered to let me check something else here. If I can look at you when I speak to you. When I speak to you. I want to look at you when I speak to you. Oops. Okay. Then I can take my pin out. And I remember. Whoops. I gotta put my hand inside of there so I don't stitch the front to the back. That wouldn't be good. Yes, I remembered to turn the air conditioner off for use that requested. I shut up that noise. And so I remember to do that, and I'll just turn that on again when I finish with my stitching. I mean, with my video here. And so, but we had the first air conditioner man come yesterday. That's see how that will look pretty just with the whip stitch. He came to give us, or my son, not us, I have nothing to do with it, an estimate as what it will be to replace the unit, the central air unit. And, well, I'm telling you, I think we're going to be keeping our window units for a while. It was, I mean, they had money, they have money that they took from their 401k so that they could do this. And they really thought that it was going to be enough. And no, ma'am, I'm telling you, you got to pay to be cool. You got to pay to be cool. Mm-hmm. And so, but I mean, the window air conditioners do keep our house cool. And so, but we do believe that, if we had the central air again, that it would be cheaper to run than 5 window air conditioners as far as electricity goes. And so, but he's got a couple more people that he's called, and he's going to get a couple more estimates. But the weird thing is there's a new, in Florida anyway, a new thing that this air conditioning man said in 5 years the laws are going to change where you cannot use Freon, which Freon, I guess, is a gas that causes the cool or something, I don't know, but that you can't. So in 5 years there's going to be a big wave of people having to get new air conditioners, or well, at least until after, whatever Freon they have already in their air conditioner, until it runs out. Then they're kind of up a creek without a paddle. But and so in 5 years, so if he does pay for a new air conditioner now, in 5 years that air conditioner will be needing to be replaced. And I don't know what they're going to replace him with, how it's going to work, but I don't know. We are going to learn to roll with the punches, and it'll work out for us, and for them anyway, because who knows, me and Papa might be pushing up daisies before 5 years is going in. We don't need no air conditioning. But yeah, so I guess something, I don't know if it's a national thing or just in Florida, but it's going to be to where you can't go buy Freon anymore. I don't know why. I don't know why. But yes, that's how that goes. So, hope y'all is doing well. I've been... See, that looks good right there. It got that one side done right there. And, yeah, we're doing good. Yesterday, Petunia was in big trouble. My cat. Cats do tend to get in big trouble somehow, because we had this... Bianca's got this, it's like a vase. It's like a metal thing, and around it, it's got like 6 little glass containers that you put little votive candles in, and right in the center, there's a big, like a vase in the center. Well, that was up on a high thing, and Petunia brought her little bum up there and scooted behind it and knocked it off onto the floor. Well, all of course, the little votive candles, because that was real heavy glass, that didn't break. But that middle one, it broke in. There was not a piece of glass any bigger than a quarter. And that vase was big. And so then we heard the big crash, and everybody went, we thought it was Papa fell. But no, that's what it was. But that cat, she just sat there and just looked at it. She just looked at it. She didn't think she did anything wrong. I'm telling you, but now sometimes Petunia will get up in the kitchen and on the cabinets, on the cabinet, the kitchen cabinets don't go all the way to the ceiling. There's about a foot of space up there on top of the cabinets, and then up to the ceiling. And well, Bianca has that whole area. She's got it covered with not covered. She's got a watermelon collection. She's got a lot of beautiful things that's in the watermelon theme, and she got them up there on the up on that shelf. So I'm just, and Petunia gets up there sometimes. She walks behind them. She's looking for spooks or something. And I'm worried that she's going to break one of those beautiful things. I mean, it's not that she gives a whole lot of money for them, because we buy most decorations over to the Dollar General or something where things is cheap. And so, yeah, we usually only buy things where things is cheap. That's why I love shopping Temu's. Oh my goodness, I'm just loving shopping at Temu. Oh, I gotta put in a grocery order today, only because I'm almost out of them diapers again. Telling you. So I gotta make an order and then they'll deliver it. They deliver from the Walmart anyway. Okay, see, that's the end of that little piece of thread. So now, about almost halfway with that, so that's not bad. So then I can just pull another piece of thread off of here. Pull another little piece. Oh no, that's one of the short ones. I don't want a short one. I want a long one. Give me a long one. Oh, yeah, I got some short ones and some long ones. I want to get a long one. Okay. There we go. So I got a long thread, and I'll put that in the eye of the needle. Into the eye of the needle. Life has been pretty good. I'm taking my medicine for these shingles. I don't know, but the pain today is actually worse, and it seems like it's more of my back. But it hurts if I do nothing, and if it hurts if I do something. So I might as well do something. So, and then that kind of gets my mind somewhere else. So I don't have to have it on my aches and pains and complain constantly. I don't like to complain, though. And I've had pain, like, a lot. My adult life has been, well, I've been a pain in the butt anyway. So I deal with pain. And I'm pretty good at dealing with pain. I guess I've never had any real severe pain. This probably is the worst, other than childbirth. Why did I have so many children, knowing what it was going to feel like with them coming out? But, yeah. So my new great-grandson, hopefully he's released from the hospital today. He's, they had to keep him a little bit because of his sugar. They're making sure his sugar levels are right before they let him out. It's Leo the lion. Leo, his name's Leo. I want to buy him some lion stuff, like a stuffed lion. And so, yeah, I haven't bought him anything yet. And so I gotta figure out something you would buy for Leo. And a stuffed lion, I think, would be cool. it's hard to buy clothes for little babies, because they wear, for one thing, he's such a pork chop already, and so his clothing already, he's not going to wear newborn size very long, because he's a big boy. I'm telling you, he's a big boy. And got them old chubby cheeks, and he looks like a little miniature sumo wrestler's what he looks like. And so I think he'd like to have a little lion, because then you don't grow out of them little toys. You don't grow out of toys. And I think they've probably got enough stuff for him to start out life anyway. You remember the days when, before you had a baby, you got a layette? In my day anyway. My oldest child is 55 years old, and so expecting him was like you just had everything you needed for the layette, and there was and everybody had the same thing ready for their baby. You didn't know if it was going to be a boy or a girl, so you bought everything in yellow or green, and then you had like X amount of diapers, X amount of rubber pants, X amount of t-shirts, and then we would have like kimonos is what he wore, and my mother made a lot of his kimonos for when he, that you just kind of wrap him up in that. And then a certain amount of receiving blankets. Then you needed diaper pins, a diaper pail, and a blanket, and maybe one or two outfits that you dressed him up in as you were going out, if you were going out. And then, of course, you needed a handmade sweater, hat, and booty set. And then that was it. That was your layette that you had for when the baby was newborn. Well, they don't do that anymore. Now I don't even think most new mothers don't even know anything about the word layette. And so, and these little tiny babies, oh, sorry about that. Ouch. Wait a minute, I gotta reposition my book. There we go. And so you look into the miniature human section at the store, and they have in preemie size, in newborn size, they have adult style clothes. Have you ever noticed that? And you think, and they're not cheap. And so, but that's what most babies have. That's what most parents buy now for their children when they're expecting to have a little child. They get all these fancy schmancy clothes. So one thing nice about the fancy ones, though, is they show up at the thrift shop still in good shape, because the babies wear them two or three times, and they grow out of them, and so then they get donated to the thrift shop, and then you can get them cheaper. So if you can buy them from the thrift shop, well, then you're in good standing there with your accountant. Yeah, your accountant person. But yeah, you can spend a lot of money on baby clothes and baby shoes. I've been watching some of these Temu haulers. They're hauling Temu, and they call it a Temu haul. If my Temu order comes in today, I'm going to do a Temu haul, because I'm waiting for my Temu stuff. But anyway, then I'll make another video with my Temu whenever it comes. I didn't do a video when I got my dress here. I just put my dress on. Yeah, I love my dresses. And so, but I went through my closet, though, and I took some of the things I've had in that closet for like years and years, and I donated them. Some of them I donated them right to the trash, because they was in that poor a shape. But it feels good to have some new clothes. And so I thank you all for that, because you all that have spent your money on me, that my scrappy pals that help me out, and my people that have purchased items from me have given me a little mad money, so I can spend my little mad money on things from Temu. But I've been watching these Temu haulers, and like this one that I watched, she's got a 3-year-old child, and she buys a lot of things for her 3-year-old. And I've seen her show at least 12 pair of shoes for that little girl. Shoes. I'm telling you, and I guess if you're rich enough, go ahead and buy all them shoes. But them little feets on them little childrens, they grow out of their shoes so quickly. Oh, now I just need a short piece. And so I just don't see the sense in. But Temu stuff is very, very not expensive. What did I put? Oh, there it is. I thought I lost my needle. That'd be better than losing my mind. But it is cheap, and you can buy. And if you got somebody to hand your things down to, then that's good too. But I remember now when my children were little, all the shoes they had was them little Buster Brown white high top shoes. And then you'd put a little bell on them, and then they had those little keepers, they were a little thing you tied the bow on the shoe, and then you put the bow into this little plastic thing, and then you screwed the top on there, and it held that so it stayed tied. And a lot of times them had a little bell on them, and it'd be so cute when they start walking and you hear that little bell jingle, 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 and that was pretty cool. And so, but now I don't know if they wear them little Buster Brown shoes anymore. I don't know. I got to start this one on the inside so I can tie it to that other thread. It was just a couple inches from getting to the top here. I love these pins with the rubber tops on them. These are wonderful. And that was a gift. That was a gift from a dear subscriber. But this is wonderful. Okay, so I've almost got this to the top here. Oh, I've been on here 33 minutes running my mouth, running my yapper, and doing this little stitching. And then, what I want to do here now is, now I want to, so the whole thing is stitched on the 3 sides. I got them stitched, but I want to look, oh, if I can turn. Part of my aches and pains is from old age, but this shingle thing, that doesn't help nothing. Okay, I got in here, let me see. These beautiful buttons. These are my Beatrice buttons here. Ooh, these are pretty. I love these wooden ones here. Let me see. Yeah, I love these wooden ones. I think I'm going to take 2 of these wooden buttons. Just because they're pretty. I hope that needle goes through them. Now, I'll put them back down in here. Boy, having this shelf right here, that is handy. That is going to be handy. So I'm glad I have that little change. Okay, now I want to, just a little bit of extra. Oh, these here lived on something else before, because see, there's thread on there. Pull that thread out of there. That is so pretty. They look to be hand painted. They almost look like a little bowl. They're almost Aztec looking. I just love them buttons. I just love buttons. I just think buttons are so pretty. And so with putting this button on here too is going to give it that much more sturdiness and stability, so it won't like come unthreaded. Because we don't want it to come unthreaded, unstitched. And so I'll put that through that button about 3 times anyway. And with this thread, the Sashiko thread is kind of a heavy thread too, so that's nice. Okay, so I went through the button 3 times. See there? Now that's pretty right there. It just needs prettiness. Now tomorrow, I'm going to, on my video for tomorrow, I'm going to fill one of these bags. And so you'll see what I fill it with. And so you will know exactly what's available. But so I'll get all the stuff together this afternoon, and then I will fill it tomorrow. There, now I'm going to get this button here. Wait a minute. Here we go. So then I could put one on all 4 corners, but because I love these buttons so much, I want to maybe just put 2, because I think there's only like about 6 or 8 of them. So I love them though. They're so pretty, and they're just so different. I guess that's what makes them so pretty, is because they're different. They're wooden. They're like wood, and I believe those are hand painted. I believe they're hand painted. Beatrice, where did you get these buttons? These are so pretty. I've been reading all of y'all's comments under my video, like from yesterday and the day before, or what is today? Today's Wednesday? What, I don't know what day it is. But and you see when I put a heart and a like under them, that I've seen them. And some of them I reply right underneath them, but most of my replies are going to be when I do my comments on the comments on Mondays. And I like that better. That because sometimes I just don't have time or something. I mean, I have all the time in the world, but I don't get comments. I don't get written comments. And I don't get those done in timely manner. And so, but I want you to know that I listen. I will read and I listen to y'all's comments. Okay, so now I put that button here, in the button here. I stitched the 3 sides, and so that's that nice pocket on the front. So now you use this for a project bag, and maybe you have a crocheting project or something, and you'll put your yarn and stuff in here, and then maybe in the front you might put a little your little sewing kit or something, your little crochet hooks or whatever kind of a project you have. If you're doing a a slow stitch, you put all your little embellishments or whatever in the pocket. Or if you're doing like cross stitching, you might put your extra threads in the front pocket, and so there'll be plenty of room for that. As I look at this, I want to pull out my sewing machine again and practice, because this I had just cut out these petals out of, just made teardrop shapes, and then I just stuck them on there, And then I started using my machine with the using the, oh God, now I couldn't think of the word yesterday. Now I can't think of it today. Where you just, you learning to do that thing on your machine, the quilting foot. Is that it? No, I don't know what it's called. But like here, I sewed this with the machine. I went around with the this extra pretty stitch, and then this I did that stitching around, whatever the heck you call it, I don't know. And which it's kind of hard for me to do that because you don't have the feed dogs to I know y'all's yelling at me, tell me what that's called, but you don't have the feed dogs to move your fabric along like you do on this stitch. And here you drop the feed dogs and you put in this special foot, and then you have you go wherever you want to go. But I think it turned out cute on that flower. I kind of like that, and on the leaves. Oh, and then I did the stem, which is the threads. And so, I gotta tie this piece off. But yeah, this is going to be, and it's got that little, in the bottom, it's got that little gusset thing, And so, I think this will be a nice size for a project bag. And it's going to be filled with slow stitch things that you can use on a slow stitch project. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. So that's my video for today. Tomorrow I'm going to fill this bag up. Tomorrow I'm going to have what I'm going to fill it with. And let me put this right here. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. And now I think I'm going to go sit out on my porch for a while. Oh, I got to take my medicine. Did I? Oh, no, I didn't take this yet. I got to remember to take that. I already took that. See, this one, I got to take it every 4 hours. Every 4 hours for this one, for the shingles. I'm not sure exactly what it did. I think it's supposed to deaden your nerve endings because this stuff is at your nerve endings. One of the girls on the comments that I was reading yesterday, one girl says, "How do you get the shingles if it's not contagious, Well, you get the shingles if if you have chicken pox as a child. Once the chicken pox goes away, the virus that causes the chicken pox stays inside your body and it stays dormant. And most of the time it doesn't come back to life. And it just stays dormant forever. But sometimes, and there's different things that'll wake up that virus again, and one of them is stress. And so, and I have been under a lot of changes. When you have a lot of changes in a short amount of time, it can cause a lot of stress. And stress doesn't necessarily mean, I had stress and grief connected with my daughter, and then even still now. But then also my son and his wife moved in, and we've changed around the whole house. So, because we basically gave them the house, and the house now is theirs, but we still have our room here, and I got my craft room in the other room. And so, although I'm happy with that change, it still underlies a little bit of stress. Just the change. It is stressful on your body, even if it's not unhappy. And so there's been a lot of that going on. And then concerned for my little hubby and stuff, because he's not real well either, with the dementia. And I've been praying for patience. Oh God, I've been praying for patience so much. And so I have just these things going on. And not, even with the losing of my daughter, I've got a lot of support. I got a very good support group with you all of you all have been wonderful. And then family, just being family, and that's been helping. I have one family member that is probably taking it. No, I got two. Well, there's two that are taking it real hard and blaming themselves and or blaming others. So one is blaming others, one is blaming themselves, and and I try to do my best. One is not even speaking to me. I don't think she's speaking to anybody in the family right now. And so it's, all of those kind of things mounting together, it causes a lot of stress or tension, maybe. And that is what will bring that dormant virus back to life. And so, yeah, that's what it is. Tylenol, I can take Tylenol. That's one thing I can take for pain, so that's good. I don't really think this does anything for pain. It might, I don't know. But doctor says take it, I just take it. Yeah, I don't worry about that. I try not to worry about things I can't. What is that poem? That my favorite. I can never remember it exactly, but it says, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. That's about the best poem ever. The wisdom to know the difference. If you cannot fix it, then don't let it get to you. So now I'm going to look up over here on my in my book, and I look on my computer to see that it's May 16th, which should be right here at this ribbon, and it is. Okay, and today Jesus Calling said, I am your Lord. Seek me as friend and lover of your soul, but remember that I am also King of Kings, sovereign over all. You can make some plans as you gaze into the day that stretches out before you, but you need to hold those plans tentatively, anticipating that I may have other ideas. The most important thing to determine is what to do right now. Instead of scanning the horizon of your life, looking for things that need to be done, concentrate on your task before you and the one who never leaves your side. Let everything else fade into the background. This will unclutter your mind, allowing me to occupy more and more of your consciousness. Trust me to show you what to do when you have finished what you are doing now. I will guide you step by step as you bend your will to mine. Thus you stay close to me on the path of peace. And I think that's what we want for ourselves, and we want for the entire world is peace. And if the entire world could see that, a lot of people say, oh, there'll never be world peace. Well, no, don't look at it like that. Don't be looking at it like that. You just, world peace is one person at a time. So if every person on the world, in the world, around the world, would just believe that, then there could be. So I'm not going to say there'll never be world peace. I've heard a lot of people say that there's been problems ever since the earth was built. I don't know. And maybe so. But that doesn't mean that it's always going to be that way. It does not mean that at all. I mean, we can pray the heck out of that stuff and get it out of our way. But anyway, okay, that's what I'm going to leave you with today. And I just want to say I love you and God loves you. The whole Trinity loves you. God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. Love you so much and want you to be well. And I want you to be well. And he's my best friend, and so we kind of hang out together, and we want you to be well. And so it's been 50 minutes. Okay, so I love you, I'm going to carry on with my progress here, and I look forward to tomorrow's video. Look, both my thumbnails came off. The fingernails stayed on, but the thumbnails came off. That's okay. It's just fine. All right, I got more replacement ones I can put on. Okay, God bless and keep you. May He watch over you every step you take, every move you make. Keep you safe and secure. Keep you happy, healthy, and humble. And I will see you tomorrow on my next video. Or later today, you never know. God bless. Love you.